Hello, I'm Holly at Thompson Creek Doodles. Welcome to our channel. If you're returning, welcome back. It's been a while. So we're gonna get back at it. We're going into 2026. This is New Year's Eve. It's December 31st. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. But 2026, we've got a lot of new things coming, a lot of exciting things coming. We've got a lot of new parent dogs coming up that's gonna have babies. We're gonna have a new house. We're gonna have a new puppy nursery house too. So a lot of exciting things coming. We're so close to all that happening. And so I just wanted to make a video updating everybody on what's been going on, what's going to be going on. Say I'm sorry that we've been a little absent, not a little, a lot absent. I think it's been 6 months since I've made a big video. I think it was like April. So I actually just took some time off. I was taking the summer off, and then was supposed to get busy again, in August, and then my girl ended up not pregnant. And so had a little more time off. Then we had the Cockapoos end of September, and that's all we've had. We've just been waiting on some more girls to come in heat. Bailey is pregnant though. She did come in heat. You can see her behind me, that big, huge belly. She's due next week, about a week from today. And we'll talk about her in a minute, but so she's our only one pregnant right now, but she is kickstarting our year. It's gonna be very busy. Like I said, we have a lot of parent dogs that are gonna be parents for the first time. Most of them are mamas that we have kept, that we have made off of Jake and my girls, and Schnoodles we've kept, and things like that that are gonna be mamas for the first time. So this is like a really exciting year. I get emotional about it. I feel like these are my grandpuppies that are gonna be born this year. So, really exciting things. But let's start off really quick with who we are. If you're new here, who are we? Well, I'm Holly Herring, and we live in South Mississippi. And don't stop watching if you're interested in getting a dog from us, and stop watching because I said South Mississippi and you're like, say, in New York or California. Say, oh, they're too far. No, please stay, because we deliver puppies all over the United States. That is no issue for us. We do it all the time. We had a Goldendoodle litter that went home in late spring this past year, and almost every single one of those, almost all 10, not all, but almost all 10, I think it was like 6 or 7, 6, 7, had to say it. Didn't plan that, of them went on either a long flight or a long car ride with our transporter, Shane, who's a good family friend of ours. He does most of the transporting for us now because it's hard for me to leave and do those trips now when we pretty much have puppies all the time, have a litter coming, so I can't get away as easily. So he does that for us now, so that's not an issue. But anyways, we've been breeding since 2018, so 7 years now. Hard to believe, 7 years. We started out just doing like the first year, just the 2 litters, you know, kind of just to make a little extra money to go to Disney World or something like that. And something that I've always was curious to do, was interested in doing. And then we loved it. And so, sorry, I'm gonna mess with my hair some because I don't wear it down much anymore. It's always up, but my girls have been on me about wearing it down. So trying to wear it down more. So yeah. They told me, Mom, you look so much younger. It's just, especially with puppies and working all the time, you want your hair up. So I don't get to wear it down a lot. But anyways, my apologies for fidgeting with it. Okay, back to it. Anyways, we through much prayer and fasting and the Lord directing us, I really felt like I heard from him that this was to be my full-time job. I used to be a medical assistant. I was actually thinking about going back to school several years ago to get my RN. Getting back into the doctor's offices. I loved that, but the Lord blocked it. He said no, and I felt like he really said, you're gonna be a full-time breeder. This is my entire life, y'all. It's my entire life. It is early mornings and late nights and going to a get-together, you know, say a birthday party for a friend, and thinking the whole time I'm there, gotta get home and get the puppies fed, get them out to potty, clean their trays, whatever I might come into. You never know what you're gonna come into it, you know, when you've been out for a few hours. So it's like always on your mind. When a litter is born, I spend the whole 1 to 2 weeks sleeping next to them. So she's here, this is her little area. And because we don't have our puppy house anymore, I sold that building. It was a movable, portable building because we're doing something new at the property. We'll get there in a minute, okay? But I don't have that right now, so she's gonna have them right here. I'll be sleeping on the couch. It's dedication. You have to be really dedicated to this. to do it right. And that's one of the reasons why our prices are what they are. I'm not near as high as some people. That's okay. That's just where I feel like that's a good number for us. I work hard at this. I feel like some people aren't working as hard and spending as much time with them, or working other jobs and such, and they're charging as much as I am or a lot more. And I don't think that's fair. I think if you're gonna do that, this is my little advice. I may get some hate for this, something I've been wanting to say for a while. I'm just gonna say it. You need to be with them all day. They need to be your number one priority besides your kids, of course, but like this needs to be your full-time job. If you're not gonna make it your full-time job, people shouldn't be charging that much. Okay, that's my 2 cents. So just be careful who you're buying from. Make sure that if they're gonna charge what my prices are, and you can see all that on my website, then they need to be full-time. Okay, this has to be their job. Okay, done with that. And I'm not an ugly person. If you're new here, I don't vent, I don't rant like that ever. If you follow me for a while and you know me now, like I don't do that, but it's just something I've been wanting to just address a little bit there on, give my opinion of that. Okay, moving on from that, this is my full-time job. So I'm with them all the time. So we are a lot of hands-on, lots of love. I have 3 kids. They're all grown up now, but they're still here at home, and they all help out and love puppies and help me with puppies and help me with the parents, and they're awesome. So yeah, it's a family affair for sure. This is a family business, and it's all hands on deck, and they keep us busy. These puppies keep us busy. So my whole camera roll, thousands and thousands of pictures, is majority dogs and pups. My kids are like, Mom, really? I'm like, it's my job. It's my job. I'm always taking pictures. So anyways, yes, we have 3 kids, like I said. It's just been a really cool thing. It's just been a business that is fun yet hard. Blood, sweat, tears, money gets dumped into all this. I'm telling you, it's everything. Anybody that started a business before knows that it takes several years to really get things going, and it's a lot of work. And this is even more so because you're working with real life animals. So it almost feels like a farmer, but we're not in a barn, but it's those kind of hours. Also, going back to where I was talking about our prices and things, I'm also giving you a lifetime, the dog's a lifetime of training advice, and I'm here for you. If you are ever in a SOS, like Lindsay left us a review on our Facebook page this week, and she was like, there's been several SOS moments late at night with something, they weren't sure what to do on something with training or whatever, and they were stressed out a little bit, and they text me, and I try to get back with people right away. Sometimes I can't, but most of the time I do. And I help everybody. I'm very passionate about that, of trying to help, working through an issue, and things always do get worked out. I have a lot of experience, and I'm not a professional trainer, but I just have a lot of experience and of what works and what doesn't. And so we talk through that, and we work through that over the phone. And I've even told people that are local here, do you want me to come over? I'll come over and spend a couple hours, and I'll see what's going on, and I'll tell you what you need to tweak with your training or what you're doing wrong. And because usually it's not the puppy, it's usually the human. The human just needs to tweak a few things, and then they do, and it's good. So, but yeah, I'm basically lifetime support for your new doggy. Okay, so let's talk about this new year. Let's talk about the new property, the new house. We're so excited, so excited. It's been a long time coming. This is a rental we've been in for a couple years. We're not from south of Mississippi. I'm actually from Columbus, Ohio. My husband's from South Florida. We landed, well, he came up there. That's how I met my husband, was in Ohio. So we lived up there many years before we came to the South, and we moved down here for ministry reasons. My husband used to be a pastor. And then now we are here, and we go to church in Columbia, Mississippi, which is just down the road from Hattiesburg. We absolutely love it here. We've been here for 7 years, and our kids are in college here now, and I have one more that's in high school, and we're settled. We're staying here. We love it. And so we've decided, okay, we're going to plant our roots here. So we are building should be ready in January. So hopefully a month or so, hopefully February, we'll be moving in. Now we are building a new puppy house that I am just beside myself excited about. I've been dreaming of this for a couple years of what I want it to be like, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a slow process throughout the year. The first room we're gonna get done in it is going to be just like the big puppy room. So basically it's gonna be a metal barn dominium type of like monitor style. And it's gonna be so cute, like wooden shutters outside, and I'm gonna have like flower boxes on the windows, and it's just gonna be so cute. But it's going to have literally not just a big room for the pups, but I'll have like a little kitchen in there, a little washer and dryer. We're gonna have a big bathroom that's got the doggy wash in there and like a little grooming station. I don't do like grooming on my adult dogs. I've tried it. I'm not terrible at it. It's just not my thing. But puppies, of course, we keep them trimmed up and all that kind of stuff. So we'll have all that set up there. I want my own little bathroom area as well because I live a lot with these newborns and these mamas leading up to birth, and there after birth, I'm with them a lot. So I will have my own room in there, my own bedroom. In the other house, if you've seen those other videos, I shared a room in the nursery, literally, and the older pups were right there outside that door. So two things at nighttime. It would get very loud because usually around between 1 and 3 a.m., the older puppies down the hall would get really loud. They would wake up and start playing, and that would last about an hour where they would wrestle and play, and it was noisy. And it would smell because, you know, 1 or 2 of them will wake up and use the potty tray at night, and it would stink, and I would smell that. So I was like, oh, I need some space between that. I need my own room. So I'm gonna have my own room there where I will still be with newborns. So it's just gonna be like very separated. Like the older puppy room will be way over here on one side of the building, and my room with the newborns are gonna be like on the other side. So quieter and not smelly. So anyways, I'm gonna have a room where I will have something set up. I'll probably have 2 of these set up in that bedroom where I will sleep in case I have 2 mamas at once having babies. Yeah, so it'll be really cool. Super, super excited. We're gonna have really nice play outside areas. They will be like runs. It's not gonna be the cute little like farm style fencing that I had here. It will be like tall runs, like this Tractor Supply long metal like fencing ones where you can see through it, but there'll be like big ones like that we're gonna probably do. It'll still be really cute. It's not gonna be like a cold feeling kennel run. It's gonna be adorable, but because we have like coyotes out there, it's out in the country, we have a lot of hawks flying over, so we're gonna have to do something to really keep them safe. But yeah, we are pumped. That won't be ready though until around March for the 1 room. We're gonna get the 1 room going first in that probably March. So by the time our other puppies will be born, we will have that 1 room ready, and then throughout this next year, hopefully by the end of 2026, we will have that whole thing that I just told you about. All the plans will be finished. So super exciting. Also, that's where like you'll come pick up your puppy. We're gonna have a front room that you come in at the front of the building where you check in, like get your puppy. You can sit there. It's gonna be set up like a living room, and you can come pick your puppy there, and you will also come pick up your puppy there. Yeah, so God is good. We're so excited. Okay, so let's talk puppies and what's coming next. So of course I mentioned Bailey. She is sound asleep back there. She had her x-ray yesterday. She's due next week. And oh my goodness, she said 9 for sure that she can count. So when they count on a puppy count x-ray. Also, I'm gonna show you stuff as I'm talking here. Where am I gonna put it? I guess right here. We'll put things right here. I'm gonna show you what the moms and dads are of these upcoming litters and what the puppies will look like, okay? I'm gonna show you some pictures of our past puppies and things and what they're gonna look like. So I'm gonna do this like Vanna White, so you'll see that. But I'll show you the x-ray, okay? And on a puppy count x-ray, they are counting skulls, okay? They're not allowed to count any puppy unless they actually can see a skull, because sometimes the spines can get a little fuzzy in there looking, or they can double and it's really not 2, it's like 1. But anyways, she could officially count 9 skulls that she can see, But when you are packed, when a dog is packed full of puppies like she is, you can't see all those skulls. You can see some legs, you can see spines, lots of spines we saw, but we just couldn't. They're squeezed in there so the heads were hidden, but officially none, okay? When she's looking around though, and she's just seeing like basically spine, everywhere, all the way up. And I knew she was really full because way up in her ribs even, she is like a tank right now. I said, she looks like she's pregnant from her neck to her rump, okay? Like she is just a tank right now. There's no like shape to the belly like this. It is just like all the way full. So in the movements, I'm seeing so many movements way up coming out of her ribs. So she is full. The doctor could see some, she could count, there was 1 or 2 skulls. She counted they're way up in the ribs. So yeah, so she is saying, she's thinking like 11 or 12, maybe even 13. Which her grandmother, River, the breeder I got her from, I had a great relationship with her. So I knew River. River was amazing. I loved River. That was her grandma, and she had like 11, 12 every time. Her mom, Willow, y'all remember Willow, she had 10 twice, and then she had 8. So she could have some big litters too. So, and they had them fine, no issues, popped them right out. Willow would have those 10 in like 3 hours. It always blew my mind. She would pop them right out, one after another, really fast. If you watched my last video of her having puppies last year in, I think it was February or March. So if you want to see, that's Willow's birth vlog, her retirement litter, I think it says on the vlog. You can see in that video where I was like, oh my gosh, they were like shooting out of her. Like one of them almost like banged his head. He hit the ground so hard. I was like catching them one after another. I mean, it wasn't like she had them all in 10 minutes, nothing like that. But in 3 hours, she had 10 puppies, and that's amazing. So I don't think there's gonna be any issues. I know I had a few people comment on the Facebook page when I announced it last night saying, oh gosh, I hope she'll be okay. She will. They're made to do this. She's not a tiny dog, okay? She's a medium-sized Goldendoodle. She's about 45 pounds. And we do those x-rays not just for the fun part of getting a puppy count, because that's so fun to do, but I really wanted that x-ray to check sizes. We're checking the size of the mom's pelvis, they measure that, and we're checking the size of those skulls. She'll go and she'll measure the biggest skull she's seeing, she'll measure that, she'll measure the pelvis, and she's like, all is great, her pelvis is way bigger than the heads, we're good. So shouldn't be any issues. But pray for her, please. Pray for us over this next week that everything does go smooth. So we are so excited. So the Finn is dad. So Finnegan, if you followed us now for a year or so, then you'll know Finnegan. I call him the famous Finn because everybody wants a Finn puppy. It's so funny. I get messages every day. Oh my gosh. And they'll screenshot Finn and they'll say, we want this. So Finn is going to be a busy boy. This hair is starting to get to me, y'all. Finn is going to be a busy boy this year. He is going to have a lot of litters. So this is the first, and boy, did he knock it out of the park his first time. Like, I keep talking to him today, and I'm grabbing his face. I'm like, buddy, how did you do that? How did my baby boy make that many puppies? That is wild. So we are excited. They're going to be beautiful. They will be chocolate phantoms like her, okay, with some white on them. Black phantom, so they'll have her two-toned, we're gonna have the tannish red on the legs, the black body, white chest, like white paws. It's gonna be stunning. So we're gonna get chocolate phantom, black phantom. We're gonna get some that look like Finn, a couple that will be red with some white markings. They may not all be red tuxedos. Tuxedo is has to have a certain amount of white, and it has the white here, has to like wrap around the neck here. So that's an official tuxedo. The reds may not all be tuxedos. Some of them may just have like the white paws with a little white chest. So we can get both of that with their genetics put together. And then what else? Parties. I love parties. I really think Party, hey Morgan, my daughter is right there, and we were just saying the other day that we think Party is our favorite. I love Party, the little spotted look. So that's going to be a white body with the big patchy big spots. So we'll get like red spots, apricot spots, chocolate spots, some black and chocolate spots. So it'll be like phantom, Party phantoms. Really excited. So Alrighty, so that is what we have for Bailey and Finn coming next week. These puppies will go home end of February, early March, around there, depending on the day they're born. We do have a wait list though. It's pretty full. We have 10 people. I think it's 10. This is my book right here. Handy. If you ever have talked to me and I said, well, I don't have my book with me, let me look. This is the book, and it is almost full. Been using it all year, and we are almost filled up with notes and wait lists. So I'm looking for a new one. I like these spiral bounds, and I like this size because I can take it with me everywhere. Try to, if I'm going out of town or whatever, this thing goes with me. But okay, so 10 people are on that wait list. We will take 2 more deposits towards this litter because, like she said, she feels pretty confident there's probably 11 or 12 or more. So how it works is if we don't have enough, say she does only have 10 and we took 12 deposits, right? We have 2 people left over. You will roll over as long as you're willing to wait just a little bit longer. You'll roll over to that next medium Goldendoodle litter, which would be around March. So right now we are waiting for Sophie to come in heat. Sophie is one of ours. I light up when I talk about her, about our puppies that we've made here. Like, I get so proud of them. But she is a beautiful creamy apricot color, chocolate nose, beautiful green eyes, long apricot eyelashes. She's stunning. This is Sophie. Isn't she precious? And she's a nice medium size. She's not huge. She's not little. She's really nice size. She will breed with Finn, so we're just waiting on her to come in heat. She should come in heat in January, so really excited. And they will make very similar colors as what we're getting with Bailey and Finn. Now, you're gonna say, how? Bailey is a chocolate dog, she's Phantom. Because Sophie carries, you know, they're half sisters. So they have, their moms were sisters, okay? And then Jake was their dad, so they're very related. They're half sisters, yet almost full sisters because of the parents, the moms being sisters. So they're gonna carry a lot of this very similar color genetics, pattern genetics. So we'll get a lot of that same look with Sophie and Finn. Yeah, we should get the same mix. Like a little bit of them will be party, some will be, you know, reds or chocolates with the white markings, you know, that kind of thing. So we'll probably get 1 or 2 phantoms. We'll get more phantoms with her because she is a phantom, where Sophie and Finn will probably not get as many phantoms, maybe like 1 or 2. Where we'll get several of them with her. But yeah, it's gonna be a similar look. Yeah, about the same sizes, about 35 to 45 pounds. So I think we only have 2 deposits. We took yeah, I think. Let me look. I took a deposit, was it this morning or yesterday? I woke up to a message of somebody that was ready to put a deposit on for that next medium litter. I need to get little tabs. That is on my list of things to get, to mark tabs of litters. So I'm just doing this all the time. But anyways, yeah, we've got 1 or I think 2, not 1 or 2. I know we have 1 and I know we have 2. I just don't know if it's just 2 or if we have 3 for Sophie's litter. So we definitely have plenty of spots to fill. Speaking of that, it is $300 to hold a spot on a wait list or to reserve a puppy. Well, no, I'm sorry, I changed that this year. Once the puppy's born and you want to reserve it, it's a $500 deposit. Of course, this comes off the price of the puppy, so it's not like an addition to the price. But before birth and you're reserving a spot on a wait list, it's $300. Okay, and then we'll have mini Goldendoodles. All right, so mini Goldendoodles are gonna be 20 to 30 pounds. And that is going to be Hattie, our little Hattie. This is Hattie. She's also one that we made here. I know it sounds funny we made them, but we did. Like we put them together and we did it, and we produced here, should we say. That would be the technical proper term to use. But she is one of our originals. She is off of Bella and Mikey. Yeah, she was off Mikey. We used Tango that last litter we did with Bella, but the first ones we did Mikey, who was an outside stud. Anyways, Hattie is absolutely beautiful, as you can see. amazing dog. Her family is so smitten with her. All my girls too are in guardian homes now. God has really answered my prayers in the last year or two, and we have found the most amazing guardian homes, forever guardian homes. If you don't know what that is, you can see that on our website, thompsoncreekdoodles.com. There's a little pull down bar at the top. Pull that down, you'll see where it talks about guardian program. Click that and you can see what that means. But it's that family gets that dog forever. It's pick of the litter that we pick, and they get it with no upfront cost to them, and it's their dog. They're responsible to taking care of it every day. I cover the breeding, anything breeding related, those costs. And then, you know, it comes to me to have puppies and to breed, but it goes right back to them afterwards. And it's just for about 2 years with the females. They breed for about 2 years and then they're done. We retire them. I like them to be all retired by the time they're 5. So it's not something we drag on forever. So yeah, it's a really cool thing. God's blessed us with wonderful families. So she has an awesome family and they are so smitten with her. So she's gonna have her first litter with, I think, Tango. I'm waiting on some color genetic results to come back on her. We'll have those in about a week or so. She is due to come in heat in January. So I hope we get them. Even if she did come in heat now, we would still have time because they don't breed until they're like 10 to 14 days into their cycle. So we're good. But yeah, she's going to have similar color genetics as my other girls because like I said, very related. Dad is different though. You know, Mikey's different. So I feel like, I don't know. I just need to see a few things. I'm pretty sure I know what she's going to have with each of them. I just need to confirm a couple things and then I'll decide. If we go with Finn, they'll be a little bit bigger. They're probably going to be more like 20 to 35 pounds. And that's still mini at 35. After 35, it goes up to mediums. But she's only 20 pounds. She did not get very big. She stayed nice and small. So we'll get some in the litter. Even with Tango. Tango is 20 pounds too, but he can have some that get a little bigger than him. So I feel like 20 to 30 pounds with Tango. With Finn, I think they'll be 20 to 35 pounds because Finn's 35. So we'll have those. We do have a wait list on that. 4 or 5 people, I believe. So we can take a few more deposits there. And like I said, as long as you're willing to wait, we'll always have something coming in the works that we're planning. If we don't have a puppy for you on that litter, if you're towards the back of that wait list, then you roll over to the next one coming. And, you know, and use, like I said, we're on a roll now where we're not going to have big gaps between litters. We'll pretty much always have something in the works. So, okay, moving on. I'm going to get a drink of water. Hold on. Oh, let me explain what you're seeing in the background over here. This was my dining room. We sold the table a while back and it has just been the box room now. When we pack stuff up, when we pack a box here and there, we're just shoving it all in here. So it is a little weird in here lately. So especially if you're going to see, you know, if you're going to be following along on this litter being born, we'll have a birth log up next week of all that. And then each week we'll try to get something up on this channel, showing them each week. So you're going to see some like clutter in the background that you typically wouldn't see and moving. We are going to be moving soon. So it's a little weird in here. But anyways, okay, moving on. So we talked about Hattie. We talked about the mini. We talked about Sophie, our medium goldendoodle. Maple will come in heat sometime between January and March. She kind of had a split heat in the summer where she tried to sync up with one of my other girls. Threw her into a false heat, so that I think might mess her up a little because she would have had her heat like now, but she hasn't. So she may be a little delayed, but Maple will breed at some point this winter or spring with Finn. Those will be medium goldendoodles and petite standards because she is a little bit bigger. He's a medium, she's a standard, so we're gonna get both in there. Then let's talk about schnoodles and cockapoos. We do those too. So we started doing those because we wanted to create something tinier than what our mini goldendoodles are. We only go down to that 20-pound mark on my goldendoodles. I don't like to go smaller than that. You're having to breed it back to a poodle so much, a mini poodle, that you're getting a lot more poodle in it, and that's okay, but you kind of lose the look of the goldendoodle in my opinion. So I try to keep it above 20 pounds and up on my goldendoodles. But we get a lot of calls, people wanting to know if we do like 10 to 15 pound or whatever Goldendoodles. So that's when I said, you know what, let's produce a doodle that's still a doodle and that will still get a cute teddy bear look if we breed it right, that is supposed to be smaller, that's more natural for it to be smaller. So that's how we got into the schnoodles, because miniature schnoodles have been a thing for how many years, right? A long time. And mini Cockapoos too. So I love Cocker Spaniels. I love the look of Cocker Spaniel, and I love the look of a Schnauzer. They're kind of my two favorite looks, and a Golden Retriever. So yeah, I've got like my 3 favorite looks in dogs with a poodle mixed in with their doodles. So like I love the Schnauzer look, or a Scottish Terrier, Scotty dog. I love that look. So I've got the Schnoodle now. I love Cocker Spaniels. We're doing Cockapoos. I'm allergic to Cocker Spaniels, so I can't be around them. So definitely can't do those. I wish I could just breed a straight Cocker Spaniel, but yeah, the Cockapoos, oh, ours are so cute. If y'all have not seen that last litter, here's some pictures. Here you go. They're so cute. And they were all girls. All 5 were girls. And then the last time she had a litter, so this was her second litter. In the spring, she had a litter. Winter last year. I think that, when did she have those? February? They're almost 1. She had all boys. She had 6 boys. That was wild. And this time all girls. So we had a really good time having a bunch of little girls. That was fun, dolling them up with pictures and everything. But yeah, so those are the Cockapoos. Alrighty, so since we're talking about Cockapoos, let's just stay there and then we'll move on to Schnoodles. All right, so Rosie will come in heat again soon in the next month or so. So hopefully by March, we have another litter of Cockapoos. We do have a wait list going. I think 3 or 4 there to 3. 3 on the Cockapoo litter. We did have a lady that's been messaging me for a couple days that is really wanting to put a deposit in. It is right after Christmas. You know, we're a week out. A week ago was Christmas Eve. So people are recovering from that. So I get it. So there's a lot of people that's been reaching out to me in the last couple weeks, especially this week, saying that they want to get a deposit in soon. They just need to have a little space between Christmas and putting that deposit in. So totally get it. But I think this Cockapoo list will start, actually they're all going to start filling in. So if you want to get one off of us, please get your deposit in soon so you get that and you don't have to wait till later in the year. So they're really cute. You know, they are 12 pounds to about 18 pounds. We get that beautiful dark red with the white markings. We got the beautiful rich apricot, almost beigey brown color with the white markings. And then we get the black with the little white paws. And we actually had one that was solid black this time, which I think is so stunning. So yeah, really, really thrilled with them. They were beautiful. So we'll have those around March. And it could be April. You know, sometimes the mamas are like a month late coming into heat, just like women can do. You know, it's the same type of thing. So, you know, climate, temperature outside, the way the weather's been, all that can play effect on their heat cycle. So it can delay sometimes. So March, hopefully, maybe April. Shouldn't be past that. Okay, Schnoodles. Schnoodles are so cute. We typically have maxed out wait lists by the time our Schnoodles are born. We have, let's see, hold on everybody. Okay, yeah, Schnoodles, we have 4. One of the ladies on this litter has been on my wait list for a couple years. So she's been waiting for some things to, I think some health things, some surgeries and things like that. So we'll see if she gets one here, if that may open up. And typically on wait lists, at least 2 people, sometimes 3, end up having to back out after the puppies are born. And when they really look at the calendar, they're like, oh, it's not going to work out for this litter. Can you move me to the next one? Yes, you can. I used to say you can move it for whenever. You can, forever how long, you can move your deposit around. But I've recently changed that for 2026. We are going to start saying, well, you have 2 years. You can move your deposit for 2 years. And then after that, you lose your deposit. And if you want to get a puppy from us, you would need to pay another deposit. It's just, there's been several people here that in the past few years that don't really communicate well. And they just keep, you know, every litter that's born, and you know, they're because they're moving over to the next litter, they get like a top pick there. They're moving over to a new litter they don't really have a wait list for yet, so they're getting a top pick, and then have people underneath them, and it's not really fair to the people coming underneath them when, you know, everybody's always like, well, where am I going to be at? You know, have to say, well, you're number 3 when really they're going to be number 2 because this person's going to bump off, you know, because they always do. But when people are wanting to put it into, some people won't put it deposit down. They'll look elsewhere because they want to have a top pick. Every once in a while we get that, and I get that. And if that person's taken that top pick, that's not fair. So for so many litters, right? After 2 years or so, I think that's plenty of chances. And I am definitely flexible. Like, I know things come up. And if you are watching and you are one of my past, or you have a deposit in or used to, and you have had to wait a few litters pass to get yours, like, you know, like, I don't get mad or anything. Like, that's fine. Just 2 years, though. You get 2 years. All right, Schnoodles. So stinking cute. So stinking smart. So, this will be a first litter from Harley, who is one of ours here that we kept. She is off of Darcy and Tango. Cutie Tango. Tango was the dad of our Cockapoos too. And he's dad to some of our mini Goldendoodles. So he is an awesome stud, gets the job done really easily, and he is so sweet and cute. He's a black and white party, and which I love. I love the party, and he has a beautiful coat, and he gives us the most beautiful doodles. And I can't explain. He's Tango. You have to be around Tango to know what I mean. He's like a little human. His feelings get hurt and he'll pout and he won't look at you. You know, he'll like stare at the wall. Like, he's so funny. He loves the car. Like, when he sits in the front seat, like, he'll sit straight up like a human with his back like kind of like against the chair, just looking around like this, like an old man, real serious. And then when you go to get out of the car, he'll ignore you and act like, he'll just do like this. And you see him looking at you out the corner of his eye, and then he'll look away. He'll be like, they don't see me. They don't see that I'm still sitting here. They'll forget about me. It's so funny. But he is just so cute. He is so sweet and smart. We love a Tango. But anyways, he has been the dad. So now he's going to be a grandpa. He and Darcy will be grandparents now to the new Schnoodle puppies. So Harley is beautiful. She is a black Schnoodle. And she isn't a schnauzer cut, but if she was to grow out, she would have a fluffier look. But she definitely has, you know, the schnauzer. She definitely took more of the schnauzer. Her coat, y'all, is like velvet. Honestly, I've never felt a coat like hers. She is a beautiful, I mean, literally, when she's cut short, like, you can really feel like it feels like velvet. It's gorgeous. And she will breed with our new stud Gus that we got last year. He's a chocolate and white mega coat Schnoodle. Here he is. So cute, and his guardian family is so smitten with him. They say he is the most precious, sweetest boy ever. So these two together are going to make quite a wonderful litter. We are super excited on what they're going to give us. So we still can take some deposits on that litter that will be born late winter, early spring as well. Those will be about 12, 15 pounds, I'd say. And yeah, 12, 15 pounds. I don't think they'll get to 20 pounds or anything like that. They'll be under 20, 12 to 15. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, now I'm going to throw up that, the price list for this year, for 2026 here. This is off of our website. You can go there and read about all kinds of things and see a lot of pictures and stuff. That is our price list. We do ask, okay, like I said, $300 down to reserve a spot on a wait list. $500 to reserve a puppy that's already born before 4 weeks, okay? At 4 weeks old is when we do picking. Anyways, we changed it this past year to do puppy picking at 4 weeks old. It's gone very well. I know some breeders wait till they're much older than that to do picking. That stresses me out. I need to know where the puppy's going, and I know my wait list. People want to know what they're getting. Like, that's tough. And I have a good idea. I've been doing this long enough now that I know my lines, I know my bloodlines, I know my parent dogs, I know what that puppy is going to be like. None of our puppies are neurotic, crazy, hyper, super nervous, nothing like that. We have very well-rounded temperaments. So that's why people come back to us to get more puppies, because I'm very picky about temperament of our parent dogs. So I feel very confident that at 4 weeks old, I have a good idea what those puppies can be like. Yeah, typically all of our puppies in a litter very similar temperaments as well. So it's not like we have this big, like I said, one that's really nervous and one that's really hyper or whatever. Like, we don't do that. They're pretty much all the same. So yes, we pick up 4 weeks old, and you can do that just by seeing videos of them. By the time that they're 4 weeks old, you've seen tons of videos where pretty much everybody knows. I don't think I've ever had anybody not really know which one that they want by that age, because I'm really do my best to send a lot of videos every week and pictures, so that you can get to know them and really start getting a feel for which one you want. And I always tell everybody to pick 3, never get your heart set on one, because you probably won't get it if you're not first pick, right? And I'm always first pick as a breeder pick. Puppy picking has always gone really well. I think everybody has always been very pleased with what puppy they ended up with, and no regrets, I don't think. I've never heard anybody say, oh, I wish I would have gotten that other one I wanted. I take it seriously about praying for these puppies and where they're going to go and their new families that are going to come along the way. And like I said, the Lord told me to do this business, and so his hand is in it. And I put these babies in the Lord's hands, and we pray over her little belly. Now we're starting to do that, and as they're being born, we're praying over each puppy. And yeah, I think it all works out perfectly. If you're number 8 on a list and you're really worried because you have your heart set on one, but you don't end up getting that one because somebody else ahead of you picked it, like I say, have 2 more that you've fallen in love with. And they do. They usually get, not usually, they always get one of those 2. It always works out. And I don't think anybody's ever gone back and been like, oh, still so wish I could have gotten that first one I loved. Maybe. I don't think so though, because I just think that they are all meant for somebody, for a certain family. Because this is not just a business, it's a ministry. And a lot of our families that are coming to us looking for that companion or an emotional support pet. They have a child that is autistic or has special needs that really need this, or they've gone through a death in the family and the adult really needs this, or divorce. Like I said, illnesses, that people are really needing this. They've lost a pet already. They had a pet die in the last year, month before. Some people are ready right away. I think that's how I would be. Some people wait 5 years, before they're ready, and that's okay too. Everybody grieves and heals differently. We're all different, but we deal with a lot of that. And so, I do believe that they are meant. God knows where they're going to go, and he works it all out perfectly. But that's it, I think, for our litters. Yeah, that are planned for late winter and spring. And then I probably won't have any born in June and July. Again, I really liked having June and July off. It gets so hot down here in South Mississippi. I'm outside with them a lot doing potty training and things. So I about die in the middle of the summer outside working with puppies. So we pick back up like in August, because if they're born in August, they won't be going outside to start pottying until like September. And we do get a little bit of cooler weather in September. So it's not as brutal. So that's what I've been doing the last 2 years, and it's gone really well. So we probably won't have any born in June or July, but we will breed them in the summer to be born early fall, late summer, early fall. So we'll pick back up again with another round then and through the holidays of next year. So if you don't get a puppy through this next puppy season we're having of the first, 5-6 months of this year, know that the last, 4 months of the year, we will have several more litters coming. So you can definitely move over to that those litters, or just if that's a better timing for you, your deposit will go to the fall of 2026 waitlist. So that is all. I know that was a lot of information, but we needed to catch up. And it's been too long, and I promise. I actually got a message last week from somebody that said that they missed my YouTube channels. I don't know who they are, or my YouTube videos. They sent it to me over on my Facebook page, and they said, hey, just wanted to know, my family and I, my kids and stuff, we really enjoy your YouTube channel. Are you going to do that anymore? I haven't seen them videos in a long time. I actually had a couple similar messages like that in the last month. That made my heart just burst. I was like, oh, people actually enjoy them. So yes, I'm sorry. It's just this year has been a lot with the house build, and I just needed to pull back and put my focus there. Yeah, so because editing these videos is a lot of work. So, but yes, we are going to get back to that this year for sure. We're going to try to get weekly videos out. Not going to try. We will. I'm going to try to commit to that of doing that. And I also want to start doing, you know, I do a lot of Facebook Lives as well. If you haven't followed our Facebook page, I'm very active in there every day. So Thompson Creek Doodles on Facebook. I do some Facebook Lives on there, usually once a week when we have a litter. But I would like to do that here. But I do think we have to get more subscribers before I can do any lives. So we got to work on that, getting more subscribers. And that's my fault because, like I said, I really haven't done much this year here. But live type of videos where I'm just sitting there and the puppies are just playing on the floor and you're just watching them play. You know, I'm not really talking or showing off, holding, you know what I mean? Doing like my normal videos or a day in the life. It's more you're just going to sit there and watch them play. So I think we're going to try to start doing more of that on here too. So, okay, that's it. Happy New Year. It is New Year's Eve, so it's getting dark out. We're probably going to start hearing some fireworks here in a little bit, which means I need to get some music going, some fans going, so these dogs don't freak out. But Happy New Year. It's been an awesome 2025. It was long and it was a stressful year for our family. It was a lot going on, a lot of different things, but woo! But in the end, it was good, and the Lord was so good, and He is so good. So, all right, everybody. Well, I never know how to end these because I don't know. I never know what to say to end, but God bless you. And if you need prayer, put it in the comments. We will pray for you, and we're here for you. And we're not just here to show puppies, but we love people and we care. We care about you and what you're going through. So shoot me a message and let me know what you need prayer for, and we will absolutely do that. All right, God bless, and we will see you at some time next week. You'll see a video coming up here, so be checking on that. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and hit the bell, I think, where it alerts you if you want to, so you know when videos are going up. It'll let you know, because the big announcement, the birth announcement, will be coming next week. We'll do a video on that. All right. We love you all. Thanks for watching. Leave us some comments. I love to hear from everybody. Bye.